Good morning, students. In the previous class, we discussed a lesson lithosphere 1 endogenetic processes. In this lesson, we discussed about the structures of the earth and spheres of the earth. In the structure and spheres of the earth, we discussed about the different types of the layers of the earth: crust, mantle, and core. So after that, we discussed about rock cycle and rocks and types of rocks. And finally, we discussed about the geomorphic processes. These geomorphic processes has two forces, that is the internal forces or endogenetic processes, and another one external processes or exogenetic processes. These are the two forces of the earth. Through this, we can know about the interior and exterior of the earth. In the interior, we discussed about the internal forces of the earth. For example, the plate tectonics and type of plate boundaries and a movement of the continental plates. These are the things we discussed, and its impacts also we discussed. That means earthquake. Due to the tectonic movement, the earthquake and other external and internal effects we discussed, like tsunami, volcanic eruption, and these are the things we discussed in our previous class. Today we are going to discuss about a new lesson, exogenetic processes. In the first lesson we discussed about endogenetic processes, but here today we are going to discuss a new lesson, lithosphere 2, exogenetic processes. So in this lesson we are going to discuss about weathering and mass movement and gradation. So these are the two important process of the lithosphere 2, that means exogenetic processes. In the exogenetic process, first we are going to discuss about weathering. So here, what is weathering? Before going to the weathering, first we are going to discuss about the two processes. The continuous interaction of these two processes controls the structure of the earth surface. That means two processes means internal and external processes. That means endogenetic processes and exogenetic processes. These are called here internal and external processes. These internal and external processes control the structure of the earth's surface. The external processes are the consequences of solar energy and the gravitational forces. The external processes. The external process means we discussed in our previous lesson. In the external processes, there are two major things. One is solar energy and gravitational forces. Whereas the internal processes are the outcome and the earth's internal heat. The internal processes means earth has three layers. The last layer, the center layer, core, it's hot layer. So here there is the heat. So this heat caused the external and internal outcome of the earth. The external forces classified into two, weathering and mass movement, and another one gradation. In the weathering and mass movement, there are three things we are going to discuss. First one is the physical weathering, chemical weathering, and biological weathering. In the gradation, degradation and aggradation. So these are the things to discuss in this lesson. The exogenetic processes are classified into two. One is weathering and mass movement, another one is gradation. So in this weathering and mass movement, we are going to discuss about the three things: physical weathering, chemical weathering, and biological weathering. We are going to discuss degradation and aggradation. So these are the things we are going to discuss in this lesson. First one is weathering. What is weathering? Weathering is the breaking or disintegration and decomposition of materials of the earth crust by their exposure to atmosphere. That what is weathering here? Disintegration and decomposition and breaking of the earth materials. Earth materials means here lithosphere, rock. That means The disintegration and decomposition of rock is called weathering. This weathering is classified into three. The three types of weathering are physical weathering, chemical weathering, and biological weathering. These are the three types of weathering. First one, physical weathering. So what is physical weathering? So in this physical weathering, the rocks and earth materials break down without changing their chemical composition through the action of physical forces. So here the earth has the physical forces. Due to these physical forces, the rocks or the earth materials break down, and it does not change its chemical composition. This is called physical weathering. The constant freezing and thawing of rocks during the night and day leads to the expansion and contraction of rocks. Cracks are formed and disintegration occurs eventually. Here there are three things: exfoliation, block disintegration, and granular disintegration. These are the three outcomes of the physical weathering. So first one, we are going to discuss about the exfoliation. So what is the exfoliation here? The alternate heating and cooling on rounded rock surface lead to the peeling of rocks. We can see in the picture, we can see, so these rocks are looking like a decomposed leaves. So that means here, due to the heating and cooling of the earth, this rock became peeling. So another one, layer by layer like an onion. So it's looking like an onion. So here, why it occurred? Due to the heating and cooling of the earth's surface. That is the reason the rock became disintegrate. This is called exfoliation. Sheeting and shattering are the other forms of exfoliation. There are two types of exfoliation here. First one is sheeting and another one is shattering. These are the two forms of exfoliation. Another one, granular disintegration. So granular disintegration take place in the crystalline rocks, where the grains of the rocks become loose and fall out. These types of disintegration occur only in the crystalline rocks. Due to the temperature and the frost. Frost means here the mist, pani. This rocks become loose and fall out. This is looking like small hole. This is called granular disintegration. The next topic, block disintegration. So block disintegration, here the repeated expansion and contraction of rocks during day and night respectively causes stress on the joints of the rocks, which results in the block disintegration. So here we discussed granular disintegration. It's looking like a small hole, but here block disintegration, due to this disintegration, the huge stones disintegrate into slabs, stone slabs. This is called block disintegration. This block disintegration occur due to the day and night contraction. These are the causes for the physical weathering. So second one, we are going to discuss about the chemical weathering. So here in the chemical weathering, we are going to discuss about the oxidation, carbonation, solution, hydration. So these are the causes for the chemical weathering, and these are the factors of chemical weathering. So what is chemical weathering? The chemical weathering is the disintegration and composition of rocks due to the chemical reaction is called chemical weathering. So before we discussed physical weathering, in the physical weathering, the rocks are disintegrated or break down without changing its chemical composition. But here these rocks disintegrated and decomposited, and also it changed its chemical composition, that is called chemical weathering. This is predominantly high in the hot and humid regions such as the equatorial, tropical and subtropical zones. So here this type of weathering occur in the equatorial areas and tropical and subtropical areas. Chemical weathering take place through the process of oxidation, carbonation, solution and hydration. The agents of chemical weathering are oxygen, carbon dioxide, hydrogen and water. So these are the chemical weatherings. So in the chemical weathering we discuss about the agents of chemical weathering. So oxygen, carbon dioxide, hydrogen and water are the agents of chemical weathering. First one, in the chemical weather we are going to discuss about oxidation. What is meant by the oxidation? Oxygen in the atmosphere reacts with the iron found in rocks. We can see the rust in the iron rod. So what is the reason for the rusting? We already discussed in our previous class, and that means in the previous standard. So here oxidation reacts with the iron found in rocks. A rock has the earth materials, that means the chemical composition. Already we discussed the earth layer. First one is crust, second one is mantle and third one is core. In the mantle, the 80% of the earth materials are found in mantle. That means due to the volcanic eruption, that materials came out from the earth. In the rock, there are different types of earth materials are found. Here the iron. This leads to the formation of iron oxides. This process similar to the rusting of iron. Already I told you the iron rusting due to the oxygen. Pressure of air and water is known as oxidation. The pressure of air and water is known as oxidation, which results in the weakening of rocks. You can see, if for example, if we take a rock, that rock became in a reddish in color. That means that rock disintegrating and it's lost its chemical composition due to the heat and water. That means air and water. In the presence of iron in the rock came out due to the intervention of air. This weakening the rocks. Second one is carbonation. Carbonation is the mixing of water with the atmospheric carbon dioxide. Here the carbonation is a mixing of water with the atmospheric carbon dioxide. Already we discussed about the earth gases, greenhouse gases. In the greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide, hydrogen and nitrogen. These are called greenhouse gases. Likewise, the atmosphere has the carbon dioxide forming carbonic acid. Carbonation is important in the formation of caves. So we discussed about, and we can see the caves, it's looking like a hole. These holes are formed due to the carbonation. In limestone region, when the carbonic acid reacts with the carbonate rocks, the rocks get disintegrated. So in the limestone region, the limestone it easily break down. So in the limestone region, the carbonic acid reacts with the carbonate rocks. That is the reason the rocks get disintegrated. Another one, the solution. What is meant by the solution? The process of dissolution of rock substance in water result in the loosening of the rock particles. This in turn breaks down the rock. Here the solution, the process of dissolution. So earth has all the materials we know. The earth materials, that means the rocks, some kind of rocks soluble in the water. This is called dissolution. Due to this dissolution of rock substance in water, the rocks loosening of the rock particles, that means the gap, that means in the cracks, the water entered into the cracks of the rock, that small particles of the rock solid get soluble, and then that particles mixed with the water, this in turn break down the rocks. Due to this solution, the dissolution of rocks, the rocks break into different shapes. Next one, hydration. So here hydro means water. So here hydration, the absorption of water into the mineral structure. The absorption of water into the mineral structure. Earth has a number of minerals. These minerals absorb the water, so and it retains itself, and certain chemicals in the rock enlarge in size in humid conditions. So some of the rocks and chemicals, it has its salient features. Some features mixed with water, it enlarges in size in the humid conditions. These minerals found in the rock swell, and this result in the development of cracks and the rock wear down. These types of weathering is called hydration. Due to the intervention of water and the minerals of the rock, that kind of minerals absorb the water it became large in size. Due to this event, these minerals found in the rock swell, and this result in the development of cracks. Due to this absorption, the rocks became crack, and some rocks are disintegrated. This type of weathering is called hydration. Due to this type of absorption, this hydration occur in the lithosphere. And another one, biological weathering. So biological weathering is one of the most important weathering. So biological weathering occurs due to the penetration and expansion of plant roots, earthworms, burrowing animals like rabbit and rat, and some human activities. Due to this causes, the biological weathering occur. For example, trees. The root of the trees penetrate and expansion into the earth ground. So another one is the earthworms. The earthworms also cause the biological weathering. These earthworms made hole on the rocks. These holes filled by the water and the other some particles. Particles means water, heat. Due to this heat and other reason or external forces, these rocks became crack. Another one, burrowing animals. We can see the rat and rabbits, it live under the earth. These animals made their residence. This residence caused the weathering, that is called biological weathering. The another one is the human activity. The human activity, we established our settlement, human residence in the forest and the nearby mountainous regions. These are the causes for the biological weathering. Due to these factors, that means due to these factors, physical, chemical and biological weathering, the rock gets disintegrated. Due to the disintegration of the rocks, the small particles of the rock come out. That is called, we call them soil. So okay children, we can revise the lesson. So Today we discussed about exogenetic processes, that means the lithosphere 2. So Earth processes are classified into two: internal processes and external processes. These internal processes are classified, they are called endogenetic processes and exogenetic processes. These two processes are predominant processes of the earth. So these are the things we discussed, and another one we discussed about the weathering. So what is weathering? Weathering is a disintegration or decomposition of materials of the earth, that is called weathering. There are three types of weathering: physical weathering, chemical weathering, and biological weathering. In the physical weathering, we discussed about the exfoliation and sheeting and shattering, and granular disintegration, block disintegration. These are the physical weathering we discussed. And another one, chemical weathering, we discussed. So chemical weathering means some rocks has its chemical composition and it lost, that means decomposition of rocks, its chemical composition, that is called chemical weathering. In the chemical weathering, we discussed oxidation, carbonation, solution, hydration. And finally, we discussed about the biological weathering. And what is biological weathering? We discussed biological weathering means it occurs due to the penetration and expansion of the plant roots and earthworms, burrowing animals, and some of the human activities. These are the things we discussed in this lesson. Okay children, today class is over. You are asked to complete the assignment by clicking the link below. Thank you.